Good morning, everyone. Hi, thank you for being here in the conference. My name is Vassilios Lourdas. I'm the Tools Team Leader at KNX Association. And within the next 15 minutes, I'll try to give you a quick overview of the new ETS6 features, the new version of our ETS, the tool to design and commission KNX installations. So what do we have? We have Secure, Smart, Open. This is our slogan for ETS6 Professional. We have improvements on all aspects of the software, on the infrastructure, on the user interface and the user experience, on the support of the new system extensions, as well as on the user experience with our software. So I would like to start with Secure, although my colleagues have already presented a few things about the new features of the KNX technology and their support in ETS. However, I would like to give a more graphical explanation about what are the segment couplers, what are the security proxy. So, in fact, we can see that ETS6 supports the new segment couplers. And the new segment couplers, what are those? These are actually coupler feature extensions that allow to create line segments within a project. And why that? All those years at KNX, in our training, in our software, we have been talking about the lines and the areas. And we did not talk about the segments which actually exist as a sub-element of a line, but they have never been visualized to the user. However, having seen the potential that the segments come with, as well as the feedback that we have received from the market, we took a decision together with our system experts to visualize them and give even more functionality and flexibility to our ETS users and therefore to the KNX installations. So what is a segment coupler? A segment coupler, I will just go to the next slide, is in fact a coupler that allows a line to be splitted in smaller segments and connect those smaller segments. In this example, you can see on the slide that we have a segment, an RF segment, which is connected via a segment coupler to a standard twisted pair line. And what benefit do we get here is that we can also have a main line or a line of a specific medium type and have a segment within the line of a different medium type. So that we can combine, for example, twisted pair lines with RF segments and RF products all in one view, maintaining also the addressing scheme of the devices. The second coupler extension that we have in ETS6 is a security proxy. What is a security proxy? A security proxy is in fact a kind of, also a coupler extension that allows plain devices to communicate with secure devices. So far in ETS5, in the previous version, of course, when the security was firstly introduced, we always used to say that we have to follow one rule. Secure devices talk only with secure devices and plain devices talk with plain devices. Whereas now, with the introduction of the security proxies and their support in ETS6, we allow the communication of, and I have here an animation that you can see, we allow the secure devices to talk with plain devices and vice versa in a secure way. Why that? Because in this way, we can still keep the current investment of our customer as installers if, for example, we want to extend the installation with new devices that support security. So in this way, we use a security proxy, we install the new device with security activated, and then that new device can be operated together with the plain devices. This is also an example how security proxy will work in the IP networks. On the left side, you see, on the right side, you see the secure part of the IP network where we have secure capable and secure devices working with security. And on the left side, you see a plain twisted pair installation without any security. So you see that the telegram I'll just try to replay the video, the animation. So you see that the secure telegram leaves the secure network from the right side and via the security proxy is transported to the plane installation. The security proxy removes all the security encapsulated data and delivers the message to the right recipients. Moreover, in ETS6, we do support the new generation of RF devices, the so-called RF multi-devices. Why are those RF multi-devices so special? Because so far, with the current RFSMO devices, we didn't have the possibility to have different communication channels that have different speed. So now with the RF multi-devices, we can have 3 different channels, 2 slow and 1 fast. So we could have, for example, RF multi-devices with switching functionality using the fast channel so that the operation is done quickly, while when we have, for example, heating applications, then we can use the slow application that will also allow to save energy compared to the fast channel, because the slow actually means also slower communication. And therefore, the devices will have to be not so often active in the RF medium. Of course, this channel selection will be done automatically by ETS, so the user will not be confronted with too many details and too many parameters that may not even understand at first glance. So ETS takes care of that configuration automatically. And of course, it takes care automatically because the manufacturers will provide there are manufacturers who actually have already secure RF multi-devices, and they provide the necessary product entry for ETS to be used. This is a short summary of the secure extensions. We do have now in ETS6 support for the system extensions of segment couplers and security proxies, as well as we have the new RF multi devices supported in ETS6. Now let's see some user interface modifications and some user interface changes and user experience changes that we have applied in the latest ETS6. So ETS6 is able to run in multiple windows so that it's also more convenient for the user to run ETS in multiple windows and be able to compare content, example given from one project with another in 2 main windows. So even those windows can be moved from one screen to another. We have also enhanced the way we use the tabs. So in ETS6, a panel can get maximized and it can then be opened as a tab. The tab can be dragged out of the main window and can create another main window, which can then be merged back into the previous window. So we have implemented a very familiar behavior to the users nowadays, a kind of browser-like behavior. Moreover, we have also improved the licensing model that we have. So we have also introduced the cloud licensing, additionally to the dongle-based licensing, which means that in order to activate and use ETS, one does not necessarily need the dongle. It can also be done on the cloud by simply logging in and allowing ETS to download the license from the account of the installer. And I could quickly demonstrate this process. So whenever ETS starts for the first time, it will ask for the credentials of the user. It will then connect in the background with the KNX account of the customer, and then ETS will show any available licenses for this ETS6 installation. And then what the ETS user has to do is simply to select the license and select the storage location for the license, either on the dongle or on the cloud. In this example, there is no dongle connected, so the only option is the computer, which will then create a dongle, a cloud license, and then click activate. And then the license is available in ETS directly without too much hassle. We have adapted the dashboard. And why have we done that? Because we were try to answer the obvious question to our system integrators: why do you need to use ETS? What do you want to do? And the answer to that question, the most obvious answer, was just show me the latest modified projects, because that's what I want to do at the end. I want to use my ETS to commission my installation. So that's what we do. We show on the dashboard the latest modified projects, as well as the latest modified projects in the project archive. Additionally, we have added a lot of project metadata, like the project cover picture, like the project tags, so the ETS user can freely create tags and assign them to projects, either one by one or in a bulk. Those actually tags facilitate the project search that we will see a bit later. We have created the project types and the respective icons, so if there is no project picture, ETS will simply pick up the project icon based on the project type that has been defined from the user. We show at first glance the amount of devices that a project contains, so that the user does not have to open the project and then make a report to see the amount of devices. This is always visible at first glance. And last but not least, at least for that slide, we have also enabled the quick actions on the project. So why that? Because it does not make sense to only show the projects, because you have to also take some actions, like see the details, export the project. And some additional actions can be found in the quick actions menu that can be seen on the edge of the tile with the 3 dots. Moreover, we have now a global project search that can be accessed just by clicking on top of the ETS6. And then what can be seen is that if you're looking for a project amongst many projects, then you can simply type in some of the project information, and then ETS will return back all the possible results, either projects from the local project store or projects from the archive. And you can also narrow down your search by selecting the right filter on the right side, either projects that can be found in the local project store or in the archive, or you can use the tags if you have already set them on your projects, and that will make the search of your project much faster. Then what we're also implementing, and that can also be seen in ETS6, that we have 2 different project views, the tile view and the list view. So they both have same information shown, but in a bit different way. This is very handy. The list view is a feature that is going to be available within our release in December. However, you can see it live at our booth. So this list view is very handy in case there are many projects and the ETS user wants to see them all in one glance, or more projects than the tile view. Moreover, we have also empowered the project archive. So we really made a big effort there to really help our ETS users to manage their projects faster and easier, and make their life with the data handling easier. So what have we done? First of all, we have simplified a little bit the terminology that we've used in the project archive, and we have also created a kind of collaboration mode that gives more features to the ETS users when the archive is used not only for the backup, but to collaborate with other people on the same project. Let's see some of them. So it is also possible to lock a project in the archive so that the users know that somebody else is busy with that project and that they should not try to modify it at the same time because one of their colleagues is already busy with it. And it's also possible to give a comment so that the person who will try to get the project from the archive later on will see that comment and perhaps understand a bit more than by looking at the file individually. What is also new in the project archive is that ETS creates a separate project version every time a backup is created. So ETS does not override the latest version that can be found in the project archive, but it creates a different project version every time a project is copied to the archive. In this way, an ETS user can restore at any time from any of the previous project versions in the archive. Moreover, what we're also doing, we are empowering the project archive in such a way that multiple project archive locations can be used under one ETS installation. So if you have multiple customers for whom you would like to create a separate project folder, then you can simply link those folders directly in ETS, so that ETS knows that those folders shall also be considered as the project archive location. This will be available again in our newest version that will be released in December and can be seen again at our booth at Hall 12. And one of the biggest features that we have also introduced is the project comparison, by means of which an ETS user can quickly compare project data either between the local projects and the archived projects, or the local projects and a project that has been received by one of his colleagues. In this way, ETS can do a two-level comparison, one basic comparison which compares the project tracings between the existing project and the project to be imported, and the second level of comparison which actually compares and shows the actual project data. So if the project has a new building, has a new room, has a new group address, has modified parameters, then this is visualized and shown in this dialog. And it's also possible to make a printable, friendly version of this comparison feature. Moreover, we have also enhanced the update notification, so that whenever there is a new version, ETS6 upon start informs the user about the new features, about the improvements that have been added, as well as for the bug fixes that have also been added, and it's possible to immediately start the update download within ETS. So this is the short summary. So we have made improvements for the project handling, we have made improvements for the windows and the panels handling of ETS. We have simplified the licensing process, as well as we have introduced cloud licensing. And last but not least, we have also extended our update notification so that we can ensure that our customers do not miss again any update. IoT support, so KNX ETS6 will definitely support the semantic data export. So what is a semantic data export? As you can see, within an ETS project, we have several information like the function points, which are the group addresses. We can have the location, we can have the functions, the channels, and this information will be appended or is already appended to the project, and later next year we will be able to provide a semantic export functionality that it can be that it will export the semantic file that can be used later on the third-party API in the third-party API gateway, so that external clients like those that you see here on the screen, whether weather stations or other point API clients, can access the KNX installation in an easy, standardized and IT-friendly way, What is so special about KNX IoT is that it is a standardized solution amongst all the KNX manufacturers, and like with the actual KNX Classic, since it's a standardized solution, all the KNX IoT devices will be again compatible with one another. So this is guaranteed for the KNX IoT API, and moreover, by having the KNX IoT third-party API and the point API, we open the KNX installations to a completely to a completely other world that can operate the KNX installations in an easy and IT-friendly way. If you would like to see more features and more details about the features, you can definitely visit us at Hall 12, our booth, B91. I hope I did not exceed too much the time. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope to see you on our hall for more demonstration of ETS6. Thank you very much.
So, vielen Dank. Gibt es denn noch dazu Fragen? Ja.
So maybe it's just a stupid question, but do you in future or right now have any plans to make this dashboard available in augmented reality or something that you see that could be useful for people who use them? Like AR application for the same thing, same dashboard?
For the time being, no, that's not in our backlog or in our plans. We do have other plans for our configuration software, but augmented reality is not one of them.
Okay. Yeah, maybe in future.
Yeah, maybe in the future.
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.